Hello, my name is Christina, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the resource that I found for citizenship. So, I have fifth grade, and my topic is Founding Fathers. So, the resource I chose to use today is a book called Vote by Eileen Christolow. She, is also the illustrator, which means she drew the pictures. So, I'm going to share with you the first page, the illustrations. So this lady that's pictured here holding the microphone is Chris Smith, and she is running for mayor against Bill Brown. And so this story is told through two dogs, Elmer and Sparky. So we know dogs can't talk, so this book is not real. However, it talks about important vocabulary words, and then it talks about facts of voting and the timeline of what it takes to vote, and things like that. So it mentions the book. The book mentions Elmer and Sparky is the younger dog who asks Elmer a whole bunch of questions, and Elmer knows how to answer them because he's the owner of Chris Smith, who is running for mayor. So they talk about the founding fathers and how over 80 years ago they changed the voting policies to allowing women to vote and African Americans to vote. And it talks about how you have to be 18 to vote. The book also mentions political parties and also mentions campaign, and there's some other important vocabulary words throughout the book. The reason I chose this book as a resource to use in my classroom is I like how it is told through two dogs, so it's not a boring book. It's not me getting up in front of the class and saying, this is voting, and this is campaigning, and this is political parties. It's not me just giving a lecture, it's me reading a book. So, how I would use this in my classroom is I would read this book, do a read aloud over the course of a week or two. And we would pause every couple of pages, and I would go over the important vocabulary, like I mentioned earlier, like campaign and political party. And I would have the students write the definitions in their own words in their journals. That way, that could help them remember and they would retain the information better. And if I was unsure of what vocabulary words to use, there in the back of the book as well is some vocabulary words that I may use. So I would make sure to go over all these. And then also in the book is a timeline of what the book was about. And then on the last couple of pages is more facts about political parties and also resources. So I liked that as well, to have this as a good resource in my classroom for my students. And so, as I mentioned before, I would use this in my classroom. An example lesson that I would give is I would encourage the students to have a campaign party of their own. So I would, choose two students at random and have them run a campaign. So they would have to get students in the classroom to help them run the campaign, create posters, give reasons why they want to be the class president of the class in particular. And we would do this probably for another week or two, depending on how interested the students were. And that is the resource that I would use in my classroom. So I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching.